Hi friends, today I'm going to talk to you about my 2021 planner journey and how I got from a planner last year that looked like this to a planner this year that looks like this, and how I leveled up, the kind of techniques I learned and experimented with. My hope is that if you are a veteran planner, you will be fun to reminisce with me about the times that you also learned new techniques. If you're a newbie, that I can point you to some good resources to help you also get to the next level, and just be a little bit of an inspiration for you. So we're going to talk about how I ended up in the planner that I'll be showing you. So this is my planner from 2019. I liked that it had nice wide columns. You can tell I'm not doing any decorating whatsoever, just scribbling things down and crossing it off. So when I started a planner for 2021, as I mentioned, I'm a planner newbie. However, I do have some graphic design experience. So you'll see that evident here. Let me flip to. So I designed this layout for myself at the end of 2020. It's got, I did it landscape because you can get more width per column this way. You know, I spent a lot of time doing all the dating and whatever. And so this is the planner I decided I was going to do for 2021, although spoiler alert, halfway through the year I have now switched. But I'm going to talk about how I made this work for me and show you some of the ways that I updated it. The other thing that changed during the course of the year, you'll notice these extra holes. That's because I started having it like punched for A5 and then I switched to discbound somewhere about halfway through. So this is a cover I made myself using scrapbook paper and laminator. I will post a tutorial to JLBCrafts in, she's got a great video about this, and a lot of the upgrades you'll see in my planner come from her. So we'll do that. This is a piece of scrapbook paper that I just put in to, I don't know, give some ambiance. I'm going to skip this first page because it's got my business numbers from 2021 and 2020. But we'll skip to my first monthly. So in January, I had this ambitious idea of decorating every day with like a piece of media that I was enjoying. So a TV show, an album, a podcast. And it was a lot of fun. It looks really cool, but it was a lot of work. And I was very focused on making each day different than the other days. But that's not usually how life really works. You listen to the same album over and over again, or you binge watch a TV show or whatever. So I lost steam and didn't even quite make it through the end of the month. But it's really fun to look back on. So I would do this again, not every month, but once every couple months. I think it's fun to do this. This was a sheet I designed for my bag making shop. I used it a lot this month, but you'll see I fall off on it pretty quick. It wasn't actually very practical for me. So here's my first spread of 2021, I'm sorry. At this point, I had encountered Happy Planner YouTube and had kind of bonded with the idea that I wanted my planner to look prettier, but I didn't really know what that looked like for me, and I was very resistant to buying sticker books. You'll notice that as a theme in this video. So what I did already have was sticker paper, and so these are pieces of sticker paper that I drew on myself with marker or colored pencil and put them on here. It's not a great spread by any means. These are Papermate flares that I bought in some fun colors. This is a section I'd made for doodling, and you can see no doodling happens at all in any of the 6 months I used this planner in this space. Obviously, I was drawing other places. So here you can see that I'm like thinking about wanting to make my planner nicer, but hadn't really made it anywhere yet. Here I am still using colored pencils to make my own stickers on sticker paper, and I've come up with the innovation of putting a piece of scrapbook paper here that kind of ties in all the colors. These are some mild liners that I was using kind of as a little more color. Again, this is scrapbook paper, mild liners, and Papermate flares, still kind of making my own stickers. This is scrapbook paper and then the offcuts of the scrapbook paper that I kind of made into stickers. The big innovation here is this is my first week using washi tape, and I found that to be really fun to put like as headers across the top and in a couple places. Turns out I really, really love washi tape, so you'll see more of that. Here, I wasn't really using my monthly much, but my sister suggested, because she was using hers to track her pets and her plants. I only have plants, so I started tracking those here, but not a lot of that, not a lot of this. Here, I was fussy cutting around scrapbook paper pieces. This is washi tape, and then there are a few stickers I gave in and bought like a clearance, like day-to-day sticker book from Joann's. But this is, you can see I'm like starting to do some new stuff. There are two things that are new in this one. I've still got washi tape across. This, instead of scrapbook paper I bought, this is digital scrapbook paper that I printed at pretty much exactly this size, and then I could fit 4 of these in one letter size page. So a lot of what you see here is me trying to control how much space I need to take up in my office with planner stuff. I really love planner stuff, but it's one of many hobbies, including a sewing hobby that I've had for years, and that takes up a ton of space. And so I wanted to limit the amount of space, and so I have a big hard drive and a nice printer, and so I often would rather print something on demand than buy. Having said that, I do have a real weakness for scrapbook paper, so you'll see a lot of that. The other innovation here is I had been doing a hand lettering challenge for several weeks at this point. I'll put a link to this below. It's the Big Love Letters Challenge by JLBCrafts. She has this challenge where you learn 1 letter a day. At this point, I hadn't learned nearly this many letters, but I was ready to like try it in my planner. And I thought that that was a really cool effect. All right, this one is really messy, but it's because I was trying a bunch of new things. So you can tell I really went all in on the lettering on this one. You'll also notice that it's really easy to spell things wrong when you're focused on the lettering and not the word. This up here, I don't know if you can see that it's gold foil. This is using Heidi's Swap gold foil that like reacts with ink toner when you put it through the laminator. So I was experimenting with that. It didn't go great because it also like picked up all this other like toner and placed it down. So you won't be seeing a lot of that technique, but it was kind of fun to play with it. But the big thing here are these print and cut stickers. So these are digital art assets that I bought, I think on the Hungry JPEG. I'll post a link to the Hungry JPEG below. There are a lot of pretty inexpensive art assets on there. Etsy is another great place for them. And then I cut them out with my Silhouette Cameo. At this point I hadn't taken any note of like what would be a good size for stickers to be. So they're very big and there's a lot of them and I put them everywhere. But that's my first real experience with sticker making here. Also, this is my first Frankenplan where this page is taped to this page because the back of this sheet is also got all of this picked up toner and it was so annoying, and I just printed out another page and taped them together so I wouldn't have to deal with it. This is digital scrapbook paper that I printed, and then this is actually essentially like fake washi tape that I printed to put up the top, and then real washi tape to go across the bottom to kind of give this a cohesive look. Some more lettering. I think I'd gotten some more pens at this point. So These are mostly me coloring. There are a couple stickers, but most of this is me drawing myself and some hand lettering about my plants. These are also print and cut stickers from the Hungry JPEG, some lettering and some digital scrapbook paper and washi. Okay, this was new for me. So again, I printed this and stuck it down. These are print and cut stickers, the animals, but what I did is that I started to realize at about this point that I didn't need nearly as much space as I had in this planner. I had picked this size paper because you didn't have to trim it down, which was really nice, and you could get the wide columns. But it's becoming clear to me at this point that I have way more space than I need or will use, and I will end up with a lot of empty space. So I had placed these stickers at the beginning of the week, but as each day finished, I went in and drew some extra stuff or hand lettered some things to fill up the space. So like these birds and this tree I added later to really make like a whole scene and really fill up the space. I really love how this spread turned out. I tried to do the same thing here with kind of an under the sea thing, but I was visiting my parents for the first time in a year this week and I didn't stick with it. These are stickers from the Dollar Tree, but these are print and cut. All right, this is a combination of a couple of the techniques I just talked about, washi tapes, scrapbook paper, but some of these are stickers from the Planners Anonymous Michael's sticker books. So I think this is the first time I'm actually using sticker books. But interspersed are, as the day was over, I would draw these on sticker paper and cut them out and place them to fill the space. So this is colored pencil. All of these are colored pencil on sticker paper that I placed after the day was over. This is a cool technique, and I haven't done it as much as I feel like I should. This is vellum, which is like a clear, like a semi-clear plasticky paper, and I printed, this is again digital scrapbook paper that I fussy cut as these geodes and placed across the columns. And this is actually also vellum that I did my hand lettering on, and when I was sure it was right and the size I wanted and it looked good, then I cut it out and pasted it onto the day. And so like it's scary to letter in your planner, and it might be, you might make a mistake or something. This is a way to kind of combat that fear. Not all pens won't smudge on this kind of paper though, so you need to be careful. But this one is a Zig Fudebiori maybe, and this works really well. No smudging with that one. Here's the April monthly. You're seeing a lot more. These are stickers that I got from AliExpress. They're die cut stickers for plants so that I didn't have to draw them all in myself. These are some little like half sheets that I made because I had a new purse collection coming out for my business this month, and I needed to keep all my stuff organized and know what I had finished and what I hadn't. But as you can see, I didn't use this at all, which would have made sense. This is what I made this column for, but best intentions. All right, here's our first real departure from the layout that I had designed. I had seen at this point a lot of stuff about Franken planning, which is taping pages together and using scrapbook paper, and I really wanted to try it. So this is a page I designed and printed myself. These look like stickers, but they actually, I just placed them before I printed, and so they are printed on, although I did add washi tape, and I'd forgotten to number it before I printed it out. But this is kind of like a dashboard layout where I've got space for each day, but then like a to-do list and my habit trackers and whatever on the other side. This is scrapbook paper. These are just pieces of sticker paper that I cut out, trimmed in washi tape, and then added stickers to. All of these letterings are on clear sticker paper that I like, once I was happy with them, I cut them out with an X-Acto knife and put them on. This art here was part of, so this was the week that my purse collection for the business launched. And so this is the like coordinating art that went with that collection. And so it was really fun to tie it all together in a spread. And I did actually make print and cut stickers to sell of this art. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a link below of this kind of fun floral design. These trees I digitally painted myself, I think in Affinity Designer, and then had my silhouette cameo cut them out. This was a ton of work, but I was trying to really up my digital drawing game at the time, and it was really fun, and I was able to like size them for how tall and how wide I wanted them to be. And you know, it halves the size of the boxes, but honestly half was a good size for me. This is scrapbook paper. I bought new brush pens. I'll link them below. They're the Manami 3000s. They're much smaller than the other ones I've been using, and so I was able to write longer words and stuff in the boxes, and they come in a ton of colors. All right, here's another change in format. This is like a Happy Planner vertical, but when your page is this wide, you can fit all 7 days on one side. So this is 7 days of vertical, and then kind of like a dashboard kind of on this side. So this is a mix of a couple different techniques. This is scrapbook paper and my hand lettering. These big full boxes are ones that my sister designed. She has an Etsy shop that should be launching soon, but at the time of recording hasn't launched yet. It's called Oki's Studio, and I'll put a link below. But she designed this weekly kit, and then as I got extra space, you know, when the day was over, I drew and filled in some extra stuff. These are drawn right on the paper. This is drawn on sticker paper and then cut and placed in, lettered a little quote, and so it gives the week a nice full feeling, even though I only used like just a really small fraction of each day. If you buy this kit, you would get these things here that, but some of it wouldn't be exactly like this in the kit. There's not like this big art piece, for example. Okay, this is a striking spread. This is scrapbook paper from the Planner's Anonymous Under the Stars kit that I've cut to the right size for all my boxes. This is sticker paper that I just made into boxes myself. And then the headings and the stickers are all from the Planner's Anonymous, one of their Michael's sticker books. I've got some washi tape here and for the habit tracker. And then I just left a lot of the space blank. I don't personally feel the need to fill space that has pretty stuff already on it, so I just kind of let that breathe, and I really love the effect. Here's another monthly tracking plants. I used this a little bit this time. This is another one of the Oki Studio, my sister's kits. This is like an under the sea kind of theme. Again, all of these are boxes that she's made. This time I actually digitally put them in, so they're not actually stickers. I could have used them as stickers, but since I was printing the page anyway, I just printed those. She's got these really fun boxes, like colorful boxes. And then some of these are stickers, like the non-fold box ones are stickers that I added as the week went on, where I had extra space that I needed to fill up. And over here, again, a list of things to do and some of the art in the kit. Okay, this one's a big change. Bunch of techniques here. So these are washi tape down here, but these are scrapbook paper, textured scrapbook paper that I ripped and then cut to be the size of the box. And then I took stamps and stamped this animal print texture. So that was a really fun technique. It's a very busy spread. I maybe got a little carried away, but it's just so much fun to try new things. Some of these are die cuts from the Planner's Anonymous Fierce kit. Some of these are stickers from a Recollections sticker book from Michael's. I've got some hand lettering and of course the stamping. All right, this is the return of the one, of the flower one, kind of. So again, kind of my like faux dashboard side. These are all printed onto the page because at this point I have a pretty good idea of how much space I'll use, and then I filled it in with lettering as I went on, and then kind of got some big digital flowers for over here and printed them on. All of this is printed on. There's actually not a single sticker on either of these pages. These are all printed. And then in the total opposite direction, all of these are stickers. So this is the first ever, we're 5 months in, and I bought my first Happy Planner sticker book. This is the Pastel Tropics. And so this is scrapbook paper with some lettering stickers. And these are lots of stickers that are layered. Until this point, I'd been very resistant to the 1.5 inch box. Well, that's not true because I've been doing it in these. I guess at this point I'd realized I liked the 1.5 inch box and that I was willing to subdivide my bigger boxes into smaller ones, because part of the innovation here is that a long time ago at this point I had ditched the Papermate flares, and in order to use a 0.3 millimeter Pentel Energel gel pen, and I like how small I can write. And so I feel like I can fit a couple words across a 1.5 inch box. So this is really fun, little sloths and cheetahs and stuff. It's a fun vibe. But you'll notice that I wasn't experienced in sticker book usage because I've got the same quote twice. They look very different. This is just how June was. Didn't do it. This is another Oki Studio kit on this side, mixed with some Planners Anonymous Getaway kit stuff, some washi, some stamps. Again, I added these to fill in the space as I went. Some lettering, some habit trackers and stuff over here. This is scrapbook paper. Just a really fun vibe. This is the Planners Anonymous Tranquility Kit, like book from Michael's. This is digital scrapbook paper that I printed. Some washi tape, kind of experimenting with like breaking the boxes. This was an anniversary spread for my wedding anniversary. I'm not really a particularly like romantic person, so I did this dessert themed. But I cut pieces of scrapbook paper for all of the things. And then these are, some of these are print and cut. The quote, some of the desserts, and the colorful boxes I all designed. Well, the art I didn't design, but these are all print and cut so that I had exactly the size box and exactly the color that I wanted. I really like this technique because colorful boxes are very easy to print and cut, and you never know exactly what size and what color you'll want, and so it's very space efficient to print them myself and cut them out. These are rub-ons from the Dollar Tree for this fun greenery. I'd never used rub-ons before, and then these are colorful boxes that I did not print and cut. Instead, I just cut out the sticker paper. Well, first I drew the box carefully using some markers, and then I cut them to the size. So no printing nor cutting actually at all on this one. Some of these stickers are from a Happy Planner book. Some scrapbook paper and some washi tape. And then that was my last spread in this planner. I had started to want to change months before, but I was committed to doing at least 6 months. That way I felt like I got the most of, I had spent so long designing it and, you know, like $18 printing it at Staples or whatever. And so I really wanted to feel like I'd gotten my time and money's worth, but I was ready to have a planner that kind of looked more like other people's, that was easier to apply the inspiration I was getting elsewhere to. I felt like this had really grown and stretched me, and I'm really proud of how far I came during this time, but I was ready to switch to something else. And for July, I had an 18-month classic Happy Planner because I don't need something this big. So once I learned how to write for 1.5-inch boxes, I was ready to scale down. So this is my first spread in the new planner. This is a Blackout, let me move this. This is a Blackout style scrapbook paper. I'll post a link to, this is very much inspired by Judy from JLBCrafts, 4th of July spread. So dark scrapbook paper and gel pens, and this was so much fun to do. A couple print and cut stickers for my days and habit trackers, but these colorful boxes are just washi tape. So this was really fun. And then for a totally different change in pace, this is my spread for this coming week. Very pastel. Again, these are print and cut box stickers, but the art and the functionals are all from one of my sticker books. And this is scrapbook paper here. So a real mix of techniques. And I feel like I've come a really long way from that first spread. Let me show it to you here. From here to here, although the colors are actually pretty similar from those two. But I tried, I don't know that I succeeded, not to go on too long about any individual spread in any of these planners, but kind of mentioning what techniques I use. If you're curious to see more about an individual technique, leave a comment below, and I would love to help either connect you to resources or film a video. I haven't seen a lot about what I am calling hybrid planning, which is designing things on the computer to actually then print and put on your physical planner. It seems like people are kind of doing one or the other. So it's fun to combine the two techniques, and it saves me a lot of space. So at this point, I still only have about 10 sticker books. I still have a lot of supplies, washi tape and kinds of paper and stuff, but I like the flexibility that keeping supplies instead of pre-made stuff gives me. So I hope you found this inspiring and interesting, and I will talk to you again soon.